Howdy, and welcome to the channel. And today we're going to be assembling our own laundry detergent. And the intro is correct. We are actually going to be making our own laundry detergent today. And the reason that we do this is because we actually prefer the way that this cleans and we know exactly what's going into the mix. Now, for over 10 years, we've been doing this in our household and we've had no issue with it whatsoever. And we have a front load high efficiency washing machine, and the same would work very well if you had a top load and even one of those older ones with the agitators in the middle. So we typically make this in larger batches, and the reason that we do that is we make one large batch and it lasts a little over a year. And we are a larger household, anywhere from 5 to 6 people in it. Just depends on how many people are coming and going in the house, and everybody in the household uses this detergent. The ingredients are pretty simple with this. We're going to be using some borax, some laundry washing soap. We're going to have different kind of bar soap that we're going to shave. Then we're going to have this box of Zote soap and the OxiClean. The measurements don't have to be too precise on this, but what we found works good for us in the larger batches. 2 of these 65-ounce boxes of borax, so that's going to be 130 ounces worth of total borax. We move on to the laundry booster. This is the super washing soda. We end up doing 2 boxes of this, and these are 55 ounces a piece. Next, we're going to take 2 5-ounce bars of these laundry bar and stain remover, and all we do is take these and we shave them down into little shavings and it gets mixed into everything. Next, we're going to add laundry flakes to it. For our choice, we go with the Zote. You don't have to get the laundry flakes. They're a little bit more expensive this way. You can actually get the bar of Zote and shave it as well. And then finally, we're going to be adding in half of a box of OxiClean. Now that's going to be roughly 7 1/4 cups worth of OxiClean that will go in here. The other thing that you can do is you can actually empty the box into 2 of these 1-gallon mason jars, and that will roughly divide it in half for you. And that's how much you need to add to this mix if you're making it this large. So the easiest way that we found to mix all of these things together to make our laundry detergent is to throw it all into a 5-gallon bucket. From there, you're going to grab paint mixers, and you can pick these up at any box store, and a drill. And then you simply mix this, pulling it up and down and agitating the mix so that you can get everything integrated within the mix itself. You can also put a lid on this, and if you're strong enough, you can pick it up and shake it. You can roll it around, but rolling it around won't mix it very well at all. That's why I recommend something like this, because it does a very good job of moving everything. One thing to note, whenever you're mixing this, you have to be pretty careful with it. You'll want to be outside, and you probably will want to wear a mask because this stuff will get up in your nose and you'll start sneezing. You may even have an allergic reaction with how much chemicals are actually in there. So be very, very careful whenever you do this. If you're doing it inside your house, you might want to put some type of a cover on the top of this and go very slow to make sure that you don't get it all over your house, because this stuff is a booger bear to clean up inside your house. Now, we typically buy all of our supplies a little bit ahead of time, and they actually stay in an area that gets a little humid. So some of my boxes have split open and some of them are going to be a little crunchy, but that's okay. This can easily be mixed up with the drill and the paint mixer. So now actually comes the dirty part. This is gonna be the section where you have the highest likelihood of stuff going everywhere. Now I've got this mixer attached to a Hercules drill. You don't have to do it this way. As I mentioned earlier, you can mix it by hand if you would prefer. You can actually add in a little bit at a time and mix it while you're putting it all together. Just depends on how you want to do it as to your preference of mixing everything. For me, I like doing it this way. I like using power tools, and this, makes me have a little bit of fun. So we're gonna go ahead and start mixing now.
So that borax was hard as a rock, and I could not get it to break up with the drill. So I decided to break something out that, for those of you who are on the internet in the early 2000s, will remember this.
Will it blend? That is the question.
That's right, I have one of the original Blendtec blenders here. We still use it and it still works great. And I'm gonna take all this nasty, hard as a rock borax, throw a little bit in here, get it broken up, throw it into the mix, and keep on going until I get through all of this stuff. Ooh, borax dust. Don't breathe this. Some of these bricks were pretty big. They didn't want to fit down in there, but they're broken up a little bit more. I'm gonna add some smaller stuff to it, so hopefully it'll kick it around a little bit. This is all small enough that this is not a problem to actually put in your high efficiency washing machine. This will break up whenever the water hits it. Huge razor, want to play nice. Let's see if it actually made it into a smoothie or not. Pretty good. But unfortunately, still have one large ball. Put that back down in there. See if I can get it to go one more time with smoothie and get this one broken up. That's definitely done better that time. We're almost there, everybody. That's what I got it down to. So it's definitely working. It's doing a good job. Hopefully, they'll be able to actually get that little ball. If not, I'll just throw it out. We'll try one more time. That shows just how hard this borax was. And there was no way I was going to get that with a drill. So if your borax is this hard, you're definitely going to be sitting there for a while. If you don't have one of these and beating it with a hammer. Trying to get as much of the borax off the edges of the blender body as I can. So we now have a bunch of borax sitting on top of everything. So we're gonna go ahead and blend again so that we can get all of that borax mixed in with everything. I'm just gonna move it around so I can look down in it and make sure that we're nice and mixed. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for the yellow of the soap. It's that natural tan yellow color that was with that 1 bar of soap, and everything is thoroughly mixed. It looks good all the way down to the bottom. Now the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add this mix into our storage container. So now the next logical question is, how much do you put in a typical load of wash in order to use this? Basically, what you're gonna wanna do is about 1/8 of a cup, which is 2 tablespoons, or about 30 milliliters. Now, obviously in this video, I was hoping that it would all go in there and break up. The wash soda did a very good job. Unfortunately, the borax had different ideas for the video today. So, cool thing is we got to show that sometimes you have a box of borax that's tougher than some bricks. So not a problem at all. We just busted out that nice little Blendtec blender. Had a little flashback, a little nostalgia for me, and hopefully some of you guys out there. Put it in the comments below if you remember watching those. I loved watching those, especially whenever they got the new iPhone, before most everybody had it in the world, and they threw it in there and they blended that little thing up. Oh my goodness, people lost their collective minds.
The new one is so cool. It's so much faster. It's going to keep me more organized.
If you remember that, post it below. I'd love to hear. If you have any questions about this recipe, please leave it in the comments below. I'll be responding to most of them, and for extra special questions, I'll be sure to ask Mrs. Homeworld, because she's the one who came up with this concoction, and I just happened to fall in love with it like I did her. Thank you for watching, and thank you for leaving any comments below. We love hearing amazing comments, especially like this one. Thank you for leaving that comment, and thank you for watching.